In a world where chaos often reigns and external circumstances seem beyond our control, the pursuit of inner peace and mental mastery becomes not just a desire, but a necessity. Though challenging, this journey has been explored for centuries, most notably by the ancient Stoics of Greece and Rome. Stoic philosophy offers timeless wisdom on conquering our thoughts, emotions, and reactions, leading us to a life of serenity, balance, and profound meaning. But how do these ancient teachings apply to our modern lives? How can we harness the power of Stoic principles to navigate the ups and downs of everyday existence with grace and wisdom? This video will delve into the core Stoic principles that can help us master our minds and transform our lives. From understanding the importance of self-knowledge to embracing the things we cannot control, we'll explore practical strategies for achieving a state of tranquility that remains unshaken by the external world. Each principle we discuss offers a path to inner peace and serves as a guide for living a more virtuous and fulfilling life. So if you're ready to embark on a journey towards greater mental clarity and emotional resilience, stay with us. Hit the like button to help others discover this valuable content. And remember to subscribe to our channel for more insights on how to live a more meaningful life. Let's explore together how the wisdom of the Stoics can empower us to rise above the noise and find true peace within. 1. The power of self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is the bedrock of Stoic philosophy and the starting point for mastering the mind. The Stoics believe that understanding ourselves, our desires, fears, motivations, and behaviors is essential for achieving inner peace and living a virtuous life. The Stoics emphasize the need for constant self-examination. This process involves taking a hard, honest look at our thoughts, emotions, and actions. By regularly reflecting on our daily experiences, we gain insights into our strengths and weaknesses, allowing us to make conscious decisions about how we want to grow and improve. A crucial part of self-knowledge is recognizing the desires and aversions that drive us. Often, we are controlled by irrational desires or unfounded fears that lead to unnecessary suffering. By identifying these impulses, we can begin to question their validity and work toward managing them more effectively. The Stoics encourage deep reflection on our values and principles. What truly matters to us? What are we striving for in life? By understanding our core values, we can align our actions with them, leading to a more purposeful and fulfilling existence. This alignment ensures that our decisions are guided by what we believe is right rather than fleeting emotions or external pressures. Self-knowledge also involves accepting ourselves as we are, flaws and all. However, this acceptance is not about complacency. It's about recognizing areas where we can improve. The Stoics taught us to approach our shortcomings with constructive self-criticism, using them as opportunities for growth rather than reasons for self-pity. One of the dangers the Stoics warned against is self-deception, the tendency to justify our actions or rationalize harmful or unethical behaviors. Through rigorous self-examination, we can become more aware of when we fall into these mental traps, allowing us to correct our course and stay true to our values. For the Stoics, self-knowledge is not an end, but a means to an ongoing journey of self-improvement. By understanding ourselves more deeply, we can work on cultivating a Stoic mindset and building virtues such as wisdom, courage, and justice. This commitment to continuous improvement helps us become better individuals who can handle life's challenges gracefully and understandably. In essence, self-knowledge is the foundation for the Stoic life. It empowers us to take control of our thoughts and emotions, align our actions with our values, and live a life of virtue and meaning. By embarking on this journey of self-discovery, we free ourselves from the chains of ignorance and self-deception, paving the way for a more resilient and enlightened existence. 2. Embracing what we cannot control. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a simple yet powerful truth. Much of what happens in life is beyond our control. The Stoics taught that true serenity comes from fully accepting this reality and redirecting our energy toward what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and responses. The Stoics encourage us to draw a clear line between what lies within our control and what is not. This distinction is crucial because it helps us avoid unnecessary frustration and disappointment. We cannot change the behavior of others, alter the course of past events, or predict the future with certainty. Instead, our power lies in how we respond to these uncontrollable aspects of life. Often, we suffer not because of what happens, but because of our unrealistic expectations about how things should be. The Stoics advise us to release these excessive expectations and to accept reality as it is. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or passive, but rather aligning our expectations with what is reasonable and within our control. By doing so, we free ourselves from the constant cycle of disappointment and find a more stable source of contentment. Adversity is an inevitable part of life, but how we confront it can make all the difference. The Stoics believe that by accepting adversity as a natural part of existence, we can cultivate resilience and courage. Instead of resisting difficulties or wishing them away, we can view them as opportunities for personal growth and strengthening of character. While we cannot control external events, we have complete authority over responding to them. The Stoics emphasize that our reactions reflect our character and values. We can navigate life's challenges gracefully by cultivating virtuous responses, such as patience, understanding, and wisdom. Constantly dwelling on the past or worrying about the future robs us of the ability to live fully in the present. The Stoics remind us that the past is unchangeable and the future is uncertain. Therefore, the most productive and peaceful place to focus our attention is the present moment, where we can make meaningful choices and take practical actions. By embracing what we cannot control and focusing on what we can, we open the door to a more peaceful and resilient life. This Stoic principle teaches us to navigate the uncertainties of life with a calm mind, allowing us to live in harmony with the world around us and within ourselves. 3. Cultivating indifference to pleasures and pains. One of Stoicism's core teachings is that true serenity comes not from indulging in pleasures or avoiding pains, but from developing a healthy indifference towards both. The Stoics recognize that the unrestrained pursuit of pleasure and the fear of pain are significant sources of human suffering. We must learn to navigate these experiences with wisdom and restraint to live a balanced and meaningful life. Stoicism does not advocate for the complete rejection of pleasure, but rather for a prudent and measured approach. The relentless pursuit of pleasure often leads to excess, which can result in negative consequences for both our physical and mental well-being. Practicing moderation allows us to enjoy life's good things without becoming enslaved. Just as we should approach pleasure cautiously, the Stoics teach us to face pain with courage. Life is filled with challenges and adversities, and attempting to avoid pain at all costs can lead to a life of fear and limitation. Instead, the Stoic approach views pain as an inevitable part of the human experience, one that can help us grow more robust and more resilient if we face it with bravery and composure. Central to Stoic thought is that many external things, such as wealth, status, and material success, are indifferent to our true happiness. These things are not inherently good or bad, but our attachment to them can cause unnecessary suffering. By cultivating an attitude of indifference towards these external factors, we free ourselves from their hold on our emotional well-being. The Stoics emphasize the importance of emotional detachment from external circumstances. This does not mean becoming cold or unfeeling, but instead maintaining a stable inner peace that is not easily disturbed by changes in the external world. By not allowing ourselves to be overly swayed by either pleasure or pain, we can remain grounded and focused on what truly matters, our pursuit of virtue. For the Stoics, the trustworthy source of lasting contentment and happiness lies not in external achievements, but in cultivating virtue. By focusing on wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we can experience a deeper, more meaningful form of satisfaction that is not dependent on fleeting sensory pleasures. Achieving indifference to pleasures and pains requires a high degree of self-mastery. It involves controlling our impulses and desires and not allowing ourselves to be governed by the fear of discomfort or the allure of indulgence. This self-discipline empowers us to make rational, ethical decisions that align with our values and contribute to our well-being. In summary, the Stoic practice of indifference to pleasures and pains is a powerful tool for achieving a balanced and serene life. By not allowing ourselves to be ruled by external experiences, we can cultivate a more profound sense of inner peace and focus on pursuing what truly matters, living a life of virtue and meaning. 4. Mastering emotional control. In the Stoic pursuit of a tranquil and meaningful life, mastering one's emotions is a fundamental principle. The Stoics understood that while emotions are a natural part of the human experience, allowing them to control us can lead to impulsive actions and unnecessary suffering. Therefore, the key lies in managing our emotions wisely, using reason as our guide. The first step towards emotional control is developing a keen awareness of our emotions as they arise. This involves recognizing and identifying our feelings, anger, fear, sadness, or joy, without immediately reacting. By becoming more aware of our emotional states, we can better understand what triggers them and how they influence our thoughts and actions. Once we know our emotions, the Stoics advise us to create a sense of emotional distance. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring our feelings, but rather stepping back and observing them objectively. By distancing ourselves from the immediate impact of our emotions, we can evaluate the situation with a clear mind, allowing reason to guide our response rather than being swept away by impulse. Stoicism teaches that reason should always prevail over emotion. This means questioning the validity and usefulness of a particular emotion in the context of the situation. For example, if we feel anger rising, we should pause and consider whether it is justified and if acting on it would lead to a positive outcome. By engaging in this rational evaluation, we can choose responses that align with our values and the virtues we aspire to embody. Mastering our emotions isn't just about controlling them. It's also about channeling them into virtuous actions. The Stoics believed that every emotional response presents an opportunity to practice virtues such as patience, understanding, and courage. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can respond in ways that reflect our commitment to living ethically and with integrity. Another vital aspect of Stoic emotional control is transforming negative emotions into constructive action. Rather than allowing fear, anger, or sadness to dominate us, we can use these emotions as catalysts for positive change. For instance, fear can motivate us to take necessary precautions, while anger can be redirected into a passion for justice or improvement. The ultimate goal in Stoic emotional control is to achieve a state of emotional stability, a balanced and composed state of mind that remains steady regardless of external circumstances. This doesn't mean we should become indifferent to emotions, but rather learn to manage them so that they do not control us or lead us astray from our virtuous path. It's important to note that Stoicism does not advocate for the complete suppression of emotions. Natural emotions, such as grief in the face of loss or joy in moments of success, are part of the human condition. The Stoics taught that while we should acknowledge these emotions, we should also strive to manage them wisely, ensuring that they do not disrupt our inner peace or lead us away from virtuous living. Mastering emotional control is about achieving a balance where emotions are acknowledged and understood, but not allowed to dominate our decisions or actions. By following Stoic teachings, we can navigate life's emotional landscape with greater wisdom, ensuring that our responses are guided by reason and virtue rather than by the whims of momentary feelings. This mastery of emotions leads to a more serene and purposeful life, in alignment with the Stoic ideals of wisdom, courage, and inner tranquility. 5. Focusing on the present moment. One of the most profound teachings of Stoic philosophy is the importance of living fully in the present. The Stoics recognize that much of our suffering stems from dwelling on the past or anxiously anticipating the future. Focusing on the present moment allows us to live more intentionally, make wiser decisions, and experience greater peace. Regret is a heavy burden that often ties us to the past, preventing us from moving forward. The Stoics taught that regretting past mistakes or missed opportunities is unproductive, as we cannot change what has already happened. Instead, they encouraged us to learn from the past without allowing it to dominate our thoughts. By letting go of regret, we free ourselves to focus on the present, where real change and growth are possible. Anxiety about the future can be just as crippling as regret about the past. The Stoics believe that while planning and preparing for what lies ahead is wise, we should not be consumed by fear of the unknown. The future is inherently uncertain, and worrying excessively about it only distracts us from the present. By accepting this uncertainty and focusing on what we can do in the here and now, we can reduce anxiety and live with greater calm and purpose. The present is the only time we truly have, and the Stoics emphasize the importance of appreciating it fully. This means taking the time to notice and enjoy the small, everyday moments that often pass unnoticed. Whether it's the warmth of the sun on your face, a meaningful conversation with a friend, or the satisfaction of completing a task, there is beauty and value in the present that can bring us joy and contentment. Living in the present also means fully engaging in whatever we do now. The Stoics encouraged us to avoid distractions and multitasking, which can dilute our focus and reduce the quality of our work. By giving our full attention to the task, we perform better and derive more satisfaction from our efforts. This mindful approach to our daily activities helps us live more intentionally and with greater appreciation for the moment. The Stoics remind us that the present moment is the only time we have direct control. We cannot change the past, and the future remains uncertain, but we can make choices that align with our values and contribute to our well-being in the present. By focusing on the now, we can channel our energy into meaningful and constructive actions rather than being caught up in what we cannot control. Mindfulness and meditation are practices that the Stoics would have embraced as tools for cultivating a present-focused mindset. These practices train the mind to remain anchored in the present, reducing mental chatter and promoting inner peace. Practicing mindfulness can strengthen our ability to live in the moment, appreciate the present, and maintain a calm and focused mind. By centering our attention on the present, we can significantly reduce the suffering caused by ruminations about the past or fears about the future. This shift in focus improves our quality of life and enhances our ability to make wise and ethical decisions. When fully present, we are better equipped to handle challenges with clarity and poise, leading to a more peaceful and purposeful existence. In summary, The Stoic principle of focusing on the present moment teaches us to let go of the past, reduce anxiety about the future, and fully engage with the here and now. By doing so, we can live more intentionally, appreciate the beauty of the present, and make decisions that align with our values. This approach brings us greater peace and fulfillment and empowers us to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. 6. Practicing virtue as the highest good. Stoic philosophy's core is the unwavering belief that the practice of virtue is the ultimate purpose of life. For the Stoics, virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance are not just ideals to strive for, but are the very foundation of a life well lived. They believe that by prioritizing virtue above all else, we can find true fulfillment, regardless of external circumstances. The Stoics identified 4 essential virtues that serve as the pillars of a virtuous life: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Each of these plays a critical role in guiding our actions and decisions. Wisdom. Wisdom is the pursuit of knowledge and understanding of the world and our place within it. It involves discerning what is truly important and making decisions that align with our highest principles. Wisdom is not just intellectual knowledge, but the practical application of that knowledge in our daily lives. Courage. Courage is the strength to act according to our principles, even in fear, adversity, or uncertainty. It's about standing firm in our convictions and doing what is right, regardless of the potential consequences. Courage is essential for a virtuous life because it enables us to overcome challenges and remain true to our values. Justice. Justice involves treating others with fairness, respect, and compassion. It is about recognizing the rights and dignity of all people and striving to contribute to the common good. The Stoics believe that justice is fundamental to social harmony and that a just life is meaningful and ethical. Temperance. Temperance is the practice of self-control and moderation. It helps us avoid excess and balance our desires, emotions, and actions. By exercising temperance, we prevent ourselves from being swayed by fleeting pleasures or irrational impulses, allowing us to live more thoughtfully and purposefully. The Stoics taught that pursuing virtue is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous journey. No one is perfectly virtuous, but everyone can strive to improve and embody these virtues more fully throughout their lives. This ongoing effort to cultivate virtue is what gives life meaning and direction. In the Stoic view, true happiness does not come from external successes or material wealth, but from living a life of virtue. By aligning our actions with these cardinal virtues, we find more profound satisfaction and fulfillment independent of external circumstances. This inner contentment is far more enduring than the temporary pleasures of the material world. The practice of virtue also leads to a form of self-sufficiency, where our happiness and sense of worth are not dependent on external factors like wealth, status, or the approval of others. When we live virtuously, we cultivate an inner strength that allows us to remain resilient in life's challenges, knowing that our actual value lies in our character and actions. Living a virtuous life requires self-mastery, recognizing our flaws, learning from our mistakes, and continually striving to improve ourselves. This process of self-transformation is essential for developing virtues and living by them. It involves a commitment to personal growth and a willingness to confront our weaknesses honestly. For the Stoics, virtue is about personal fulfillment and contributing to the greater good. Living justly, courageously, wisely, and temperately improves ourselves and positively impacts the world. This sense of purpose and contribution is what makes life truly meaningful. In conclusion, The Stoic principle of practicing virtue as the highest good teaches us that true fulfillment comes from living by wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By making virtue the foundation of our lives, we can find lasting happiness, self-sufficiency, and a deep sense of purpose. This commitment to virtue empowers us to lead a life that is ethical, meaningful, and resilient in the face of life's inevitable challenges. 7. The pursuit of inner tranquility. In Stoic philosophy, inner tranquility is one of the most cherished goals. This tranquility, often referred to as ataraxia, is a state of serene calmness that arises from mastering the mind and emotions. The Stoics believe that true peace is not dependent on external conditions, but is cultivated within through a disciplined and virtuous life. The Stoics taught that genuine tranquility cannot be found in the shifting tides of external events. Wealth, status, and even the opinions of others are beyond our control, and relying on them for peace will only lead to disappointment and instability. Instead, the Stoics encouraged us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and reactions. By anchoring our peace in these internal factors, we become less vulnerable to the whims of the outside world. A key aspect of achieving inner tranquility is accepting the impermanence of life. The Stoics understood that everything in life is transient: our possessions, relationships, health, and even our lives. By embracing this impermanence rather than resisting it, we can find a more profound peace, not shaken by loss or change. This acceptance allows us to live more fully in the present without clinging to things destined to change. Adversity is an inevitable part of life, but how we respond to it defines our inner state. The Stoics believed in facing challenges with stability, a balanced, composed mind that is not easily disturbed by difficulties. This doesn't mean ignoring or denying hardships, but rather approaching them with a calm resolve and seeing them as opportunities to practice virtue and strengthen our character. To achieve tranquility, it's essential to detach from emotions that disrupt our inner peace, such as anger, fear, and despair. The Stoics did not advocate suppressing emotions, but instead managing them wisely. By recognizing these emotions and understanding their origins, we can prevent them from controlling us and maintain a steady and peaceful mind. For the Stoics, living by virtue is the foundation of inner tranquility. When our actions align with virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we experience a deep sense of peace, knowing that we live rightly. This inner alignment protects us from the turmoil, often resulting from acting against our values or following fleeting desires. The Stoics promoted the idea of being content with sufficiency, finding satisfaction in what we have rather than constantly striving for more. The relentless pursuit of more wealth, power, or pleasure often leads to anxiety and dissatisfaction. By cultivating contentment and appreciating what we have, we can achieve a more stable and enduring form of happiness. Inner tranquility is not achieved overnight. It results from continuous effort and practice. The Stoics viewed it as a lifelong pursuit that requires self-discipline, self-control, and the consistent application of Stoic principles. The journey towards tranquility is gradual, but each step brings us closer to enduring peace. Ultimately, inner tranquility is about attaining inner freedom, the freedom from being enslaved by our emotions, desires, and external circumstances. When these factors no longer bind us, we can live by our true nature and values, experiencing a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. In conclusion, the Stoic pursuit of inner tranquility teaches us that true peace comes from within, not from the external world. By mastering our minds, accepting life's impermanence, and living virtuously, we can cultivate a serene and resilient inner state that remains unshaken by life's ups and downs. This inner tranquility is the hallmark of a life in harmony with Stoic principles, offering us a path to enduring peace and fulfillment. Conclusion. In exploring the principles of Stoic philosophy, we've uncovered a comprehensive guide to mastering the mind and living a more fulfilling life. By embracing self-knowledge, we lay the groundwork for personal growth and greater understanding of ourselves. Accepting what we cannot control allows us to focus our energy on what truly matters: our actions, thoughts, and responses. Cultivating indifference to pleasures and pains teaches us to maintain balance and avoid being swayed by external circumstances. Mastering our emotions enables us to respond to life's challenges with reason and virtue while focusing on the present moment, ensuring we live fully and intentionally, free from the burdens of past regrets or future anxieties. At the heart of it all, practicing virtue as the highest good guides us toward a life of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, leading to inner tranquility. These Stoic principles offer more than just philosophical insights. They provide practical tools for navigating life with grace and resilience. Integrating these teachings into daily life can cultivate a more profound sense of peace, purpose, and ethical living. As you reflect on these Stoic lessons, consider how to apply them in your journey. Start by examining your thoughts and actions, embracing the present moment, and committing to pursuing virtue. Remember, the path to inner tranquility is a continuous journey that requires dedication and practice. If these insights resonate with you, take the next step. Implement these principles in your life and see the positive changes they bring. If you found value in this exploration, remember to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more content that helps you live a more balanced and meaningful life. Thank you for watching, and remember, the power to shape your mind and your life is in your hands. Continue this journey with us. Together, we can strive for a life of virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. Until the following video, stay strong and stay stoic.